Showing you how to import your 2D lip syncs from UNOMi into another program in order to complete your animation using your lip syncs. In this video, we'll be displaying how to import your 2D lip sync PNG sequence into TVPaint. A PNG sequence is recommended for this method, as it seems to work best with TVPaint. Once you've exported your lip sync as a PNG sequence using your necessary FPS, you will open up your file for the animation you want to use your lip sync in. This is my animation here, and I'll play it through without the lip sync for you. As you can see, I've got the body movement down, but it's missing the mouths. Now we will import the lip sync into TVPaint. First, find your file with your lip sync in it. Then, selecting the first frame you want of your PNG sequence, you will drag and drop it into TVPaint. It will then prompt you with a dialog box. From here, you will turn off import audio and make sure that it stays the correct aspect and make sure that it is importing to its own layer. From here, you will press import, and it will import the whole sequence for you. Now that our lips are imported, you can see that they're not quite the size that we need them for our lip sync. Selecting one of our frames, I generally like to go with the largest one. We will then resize this to the size necessary for our lip sync using the transform tool. We'll then press enter. Then turning off layer breaking so we don't create a new frame with each change. We will replicate this change on all the other frames by using enter. Now that our mouths are resized, we can have a look at if our lip sync syncs up. So we can see that our lip sync doesn't quite match up with what we need it to. So we will change around the frames until it sits a little bit better with our audio. We can just do this by changing our frames keyframes, our mouth syncs keyframes in TVPaint. Once you've changed your syncing, your mouths will look a little bit like this. Shown here in the timeline. These are the perfectly synced up mouth shapes. As you can see, I've spent more time going in and transforming each mouth shape to the position that I need it in. This is simply done using the transform tool. Now be careful when transforming these images, as transforming them multiple times will create blurriness and pixelation in your PNG files. This method is only really recommended if you are having to animate, say, a jaw or part of your character's head during the animation, as I will have to later on. As you can see, the mouth goes past the jawline, and so I'll have to animate the jaw in order to make the mouth fit into the animation. Now that our lip sync's been imported and correctly synced with the movements of our base animation, as shown here, we can then finish off our animation by adding in the mouth movements. Turning off this rough animation shows what the final animation looks like with the draw animation in place.
Are you sure this is really such a good idea? Yes, Astarius. Are you sure this is really such a good idea? Yes, Astarius.
From here, you can now export your animation in whatever format you would prefer and complete your post-production edits. After post-production, this scene looked like this.
Are you sure this is really such a good idea?
William?
Yes, Astarius.
And that's how you input your mouth sequence from UNOMi into TVPaint.